Welcome to A Course in Miracles. In the text, Chapter 8, The Journey Back, Section 5, The Undivided Will of the Sonship, Paragraph 1. Can you be separated from your identification and be at peace? Disassociation is not a solution, it is a delusion. The delusional believe that truth will assail them, and they do not recognize it because they prefer the delusion. Judging truth as something they do not want, they perceive their illusions which block knowledge. Help them by offering them your unified mind on their behalf. As I am offering you mine on behalf of yours, alone we can do nothing, but together our minds fuse into something whose power is far beyond the power of its separate parts. By not being separate, the mind of God is established in ours and as ours. This mind is invincible because it is undivided. The undivided will of the sonship is the perfect creator, being wholly in the likeness of God, whose will it is. You cannot be exempt from it if you are to understand what it is and what you are. By the belief that your will is separate from mine, you are exempting yourself from the will of God, which is yourself. Yet to heal is still to make whole. Therefore, to heal is to unite with those who are like you, because perceiving this likeness is to recognize the Father. If your perfection is in Him and only in Him, how can you know it without recognizing Him? The recognition of God is the recognition of yourself. There is no separation of God and His creation. You will realize this when you understand that there is no separation between your will and mine. Let the love of God shine upon you by your acceptance of me. My reality is yours and His. By joining your mind with mine, you are signifying your awareness that the will of God is one. God's oneness and ours are not separate because His oneness encompasses ours. To join with me is to restore His power to you because we are sharing it. I offer you only the recognition of His power in you, but in that lies all truth. As we unite with Him. Glory be to the union of God and His holy sons. All glory lies in them because they are united. The miracle we do bear witness to the will of the Father for His Son and to our joy is uniting with His for us. When you unite with me, you are uniting without the ego, because I have renounced the ego in myself and therefore cannot unite with yours. The truth in both of us is beyond the ego. Our success in transcending the ego is guaranteed by God, and I share this confidence for both of us and all of us. I bring God's peace back to all His children because I received it of Him for us all. Nothing can prevail against our united wills because nothing can prevail against God's. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. Overcoming the ego. So the ego represents delusion and fear. It is not love. It is not truth. It's interesting here where it says, I have renounced the ego in myself and therefore cannot unite with yours. So this unity that's being discussed is simply connecting in truth, not in fear. We read in the Bible that perfect love casteth out fear. They cannot coexist. So when you are in your perfect love, you are in God. You cannot be in ego. And we know from earlier readings that we have two basic choices, love or fear, host to God or hostage to ego, because the ego doesn't set free. But we've been reading in the text recently that love sets free. And it's a bit ironic because sometimes when I'm reading these texts, my ego, I can feel it getting activated. Like, what do you mean unity? No, we're separate. I'm my own person. And it's kind of funny because that's coming from fear. It's that fear of engulfment or enmeshment from a psychological perspective, but that's not what A Course in Miracles is referring to. A Course in Miracles is talking about letting go of fear, and being united in our joint will, which is that everyone is at peace and happy. And that's not anything to be sad or worried about. You still have your beautiful, divine, unique purpose and part in God's plan. And the will and the truth and the love and wanting that love and that truth, which is synonymous with joy, to be extended to our brothers and sisters is God's joint will with us. In our highest, we want that too. In our highest, we don't want anyone suffering or miserable or hurting. In our highest, we don't want to harm anyone. And that is God's joint will. When you unite with me, you are uniting without the ego, because I have renounced the ego in myself and therefore cannot unite with yours. Our union is therefore the way to renounce the ego in you. Our success in transcending the ego is guaranteed. By God, and I share this confidence for both of us and all of us. I bring God's peace back to all his children because I have received it of him for us all. Have you had those moments where you have an epiphany and you have an awareness and a heart-expanding experience and you just wish with all your heart that everyone could understand? Everything's okay, you're okay, I'm okay. All this madness, all this delusion, all these nightmares, all this fear that we're creating, it's unnecessary. And you wish the whole world understood. You want to just shout it from the rooftops. In paragraph 5, it starts with, would you know the will of God for you? Ask it of me, who know it for you, and you will find it. I will deny you nothing, as God denies me nothing. Ours is simply the journey back to God, who is our home. Whenever fear intrudes anywhere along the road to peace, it is because the ego has attempted to join the journey with us and cannot do so. Wow, that is powerful. We can't bring fear, delusion, separation, hatred. We can't bring those things with us back home. Because love is home frequency, and those things can't exist. They can't coexist in that state. Sensing defeat and angered by it, the ego regards itself as rejected and becomes retaliative. You are invulnerable to its retaliation because I am with you. On this journey, you have chosen me as your companion instead of the ego. Do not attempt to hold on to both, or you will try to go in different directions and will lose the way. Wow. The ego's way is not mine, but it is also not yours. I'll just end that reading here for today. It's not yours either. Your true authentic self already knows the truth. Your true authentic self is more than ready to let go of ego. It's the small self, it's the fear paradigms, it's the lies we've told ourselves or that others have told us that we're still clinging to. It's about letting go. I heard a beautiful metaphor once of, if you're in a hot air balloon and it's filled with hot air and it's ready to rise, it's ready to go, but you refuse to untie the tether, you're not going to go up. But if you are willing to untie that tether, you're going to go up. So this journey, it's not difficult for the true authentic self, for you. It's not difficult for you. It's impossible for your ego. So really, are we going to choose to be hostage to ego and stay tethered? Or are we going to be host to God and rise into our full glory? That's our choice. That's our choice. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I'll see you soon.